Welcome back to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. Okay, this report is going to be about Monday Night Raw's Raw in Vegas with a Raw roulette wheel. But first, I'm going to let you know some WWE news, of course. Word that Teddy Long came out after last week's SmackDown tapings in Hershey, Pennsylvania, and made Christian versus Randy Orton a street fight for the world title. Both Sheamus and Mark Henry interfered in the dark match, but all three caught RKOs from Orton to end the show. Speaking of Sheamus, while he did appear in the dark match event of last week's tapings, he did not appear in the televised event part of the show. WWE officials now realize that they have dropped the ball twice with Ted DiBiase Jr. and reuniting him with Cody Rhodes on SmackDown. As it's supposed to be a way of reversing things, the idea now is to recreate the dynamic that Alex Riley and The Miz had with Rhodes and DiBiase. The plan right now is for DiBiase to continue doing Rhodes' dirty work until Ted turns babyface and eventually feuds with Cody. Snitsky was backstage at last week's tapings in Hershey, Pennsylvania. The Wrestling Observer newsletter reported that there were rumors going around that former WWE star may be returning to WWE. The rumors are apparently based on messages Snitsky posted on his Twitter account, guaranteeing that he did speak with him. Following the appearance, that he asked his followers if he should go back to WWE or not. Then he is quoted by saying, decisions, he wrote. Thinking about it? Definitely. Okay, retired WWE Michelle McCool posted a list for MichelleMcCool.net over the weekend, counting down the top 10 things that she won't miss while traveling on the road with WWE, of many which concerning hearsay. Here's a quote from what she says. Glamorous life of traveling. You know, lost baggage, delayed flights, traveling 27 hours straight with the same clothes, without showering while on every form of transportation imaginable, all due to volcanic ash. I get it. It happens. Someone telling me something they know about me confirming that it's not true, only for them to tell me it is. Okay, you're right. Okay, hearing that you're only on TV because insert 8,672 beyond and infinity and other things that you'd like to know. And many more, and like I said, you can go to MichelleMcCool.net, and that's our website. Ring of Honor announced today that they have signed Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions to a contract. If you're not familiar with Ring of Honor, well, guess who the Tag Team Champions are? The world's greatest tag team, Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas. As noted before, DDP is backstage at tonight's Raw in Las Vegas. DDP added on Twitter that he's there to promote WCW Nitro DVD, which he was in a segment on Raw, which I will explain later with HBK, Drew McIntyre, and Booker T himself. So presumably he will be appearing on TV tonight. On TV tonight. Well, he was also shown beside a steel cage that was being set up for Raw. Former women's wrestling champion Medusa, aka Deborah Maselli, she was also WCW champion at one time. She got married to her fiance of 6 months this past Saturday in Memphis, Tennessee, and it was telecasted on the World Wide Web somewhere. Former Divas champion Dillian Hall also responded to comments regarding her shift in weight after appearing noticeably heavier at the independent wrestling show on Saturday. But duh, she was pregnant, but she lost her baby with a miscarriage back in March. And here's what she had to say. Yeah, I gained some weight. Forgive me for being pregnant, then being depressed. She also wrote, guess I was right about not wanting to come back so quickly. Hall announced it in March that she suffered a miscarriage 14 weeks into her pregnancy. The Rock confirmed on Twitter today that he will be starring in the next G.I. Joe movie. I already predicted that months ago. But it's not as the shipwreck character that everybody thinks it was. It's a different character. He says, quote, it's official. Call the Pentagon. Give me my big ass gun. Rock's a Joe. Unquote. Okay. WWE Hall of Famer Bob Orton Jr. That's Randy Orton's dad. And Ted DiBiase Sr. That is Ted Jr.'s dad. Both need their knees replaced. Orton Jr. will be having the surgery soon, while DiBiase doesn't have a date set yet. Doctors told DiBiase that he could treat his hip issues with medication and therapy, and getting his weight down from his current 320 pounds. Then WWE NXT Redemption talent Darren Young is now without a pro. Why? Because Chavo is gone from WWE. Chavo Guerrero, yes. He requested his release because he felt he was not being utilized correctly. I agree. Young wrote on following Twitter about what he says. And here we go. Chavo passed off his wisdom to me. Now I'm taking the crown home all by myself. Thanks to the Mixed Warrior for his advice and willingness to help me become a better superstar. It's much appreciated, Chavo. Unquote. Options for the Raw Roulette Wheel revealed earlier today. Former WCW star backstage at Raw, which was DDP, revealed on his Twitter that he is backstage for tonight's Raw in Las Vegas. DDP, former WCW World Champion, showed a photo of WWE crew members and a steel cage, indicating that there will be a cage match on Raw's show tonight. WWE has released an image on their website of the Raw Roulette Wheel they will be using on tonight's Raw. And here are the options. Strange Bedfellows, Player's Choice, that was actually one of the choices. Steel Cage, that was one of the choices. Pillow Fight, Handicap Match, Lumberjack Match, Blast from the Past Match, Flag Match, Question Match, which was one of the choices that got chosen. Well, the question mark was a mystery man. And the next option that was also chosen was Falls Count Anywhere was on there, along with a tornado. It was on there, and then a blindfold, which was not chosen. Body Slam match, blank on a pole match, no DQ match, tables match was chosen. Special guest referee, not chosen. Trading places, a submission match that was chosen. And a song and dance. Nobody cares about that crap. Because it's wrestling. Well, WWE, it's called entertainment. Former Four Horsemen manager J.J. Dillon turned 69 years old today. Former WWE star Mark Jindrak turned 34. And WWE announcer Matt Striker turned 37. Injured WWE diva Layla turned 33 on Saturday. Related happy birthday by video with a special birthday. Variety has confirmed that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has signed on for East and Furious 6, which is scheduled to be released in theaters on May 24th, 2013. So that's 2 movies that Rock has been chosen for. Latest word on John Morrison is that he will be out of action for at least another 2 months. WWE's website features a new article on Alex Riley getting his first theme song. Well, I will give you the link later on through this post. I should have wrote it down, which I apologize for that. And the new song is called "Say It to My Face" by the band Downstate, the same ones who did the theme song for The Miz. Ryan Howe, aka Skid Marks, will be part of a wrestling show at the Dickinson County Fair in Hayseed, Virginia on August the 4th, 2011. Also appearing is Ricky Martin from the Rock and Roll Express fame from years ago with AWA, WCW. They didn't make WWE. And they were also of NWA fame, I should say. Okay, matches advertised for WWE Raw live tonight. Raw live event, August the 6th in Fresno, California. Or John Cena versus Alberto Del Rio. R-Truth versus Big Show. Kofi Kingston versus Evan Bourne versus Dolph Ziggler in a triple threat. And Rey Mysterio versus The Miz in a fan's choice of a street fight or no holds barred match. So there's some spoilers for your pay-per-view that's coming up in 2 weeks. Okay, more news from Layla, posted on update on her Twitter. So I've been working hard at rehab, shedding some tears, also having some laughs. I'm learning to walk all over again, but I'm walking. No crutches, no knee brace, yay! Only 1 month after surgery, so it's time to go to the next challenge. Pain. Thanks for all your support, love you. Kings of Wrestling from Ring of Honor got a WWE tryout, and they will be signing soon with WWE because they are coming in as their tag team, and they're known as Claudio Castagnoli and Chris Hero. They recently had a private tryout with WWE officials. Officials were impressed and extended the former Ring of Honor tag team champions that lost to the world's greatest tag team in their previous match. And their company wanted all long-term deals to be signed yesterday, so that future booking plans could be implemented. According to Dave Meltzer, it's believed the tag team did not re-sign with Ring of Honor, as the assumption was that they are leaning towards signing with WWE. Okay, now what you've been waiting for, Alex Riley's new theme entrance. www.youtube.com/watch V equals G, capital T, capital R, U, D, W, capital L, dash A, capital T, 4. And Raw brand matches for superstars airing internet June the 30th, 2011. There is a cage hanging above the ring, like I said earlier, and there's a huge section of seats tarped off on the second tier behind the announcers, and only 1 row of floor seats on the side the camera isn't facing. And now what you've been waiting for, WWE.com's edition of Superstars Spoilers. Match number 1. Beth Phoenix defeated Gail Kim Beth won with the Glam Slam in a good 5 to 6 minute match. It appears that there was not a pre-show dark match from tonight due to the double Raw taping because of the overseas tour. Match number 2, Chris Masters defeated JTT, who came out to cut a heel promo. He asked why everyone keeps hating, then asked to be booed. Masters won with Master Lock in a 3 or 4 minute match. That was felt way too long. And match number 3 maybe Zack Ryder getting a match on Superstars. Zack Ryder beat Drew McIntyre. Ryder won with a schoolboy roll up in the match that went roughly about 6 minutes. Drew went for the future shot DDT, but Ryder countered, rolling him up for the pinfall victory. And in the second segment of Raw, it was announced tonight's Raw that the participants for the Raw Money in the Bank ladder match at this month's pay-per-view will be none other than Kofi Kingston, Rey Mysterio, Evan Bourne, Alberto Del Rio, R-Truth, Alex Riley, Miz, and Swagger. And Raw opens up with a live shot from the Thomas and Mack Center in Las Vegas. Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler lead us into the Raw roulette wheel, where Booker T is standing and giving it a spin. We cut right to the ring, and Shawn Michaels' music hits. Out comes the Hall of Famer to a big pop from the crowd. Well, Shawn came out and says he really tried to stay away, but just couldn't do it. HBK asks how could he possibly leave all this as the crowd chants his name. Shawn says it's tough. 20 years plus doing something. You can't just stop cold turkey. Shawn says he missed the fans and it's them who made him the showstopper, Mr. WrestleMania, Mr. Hall of Fame. Shawn says he's not a guest host tonight. He's just here, but other guest hosts have bugged him as they have always have a new movie or something to plug. Well, yeah, he's there to plug his TV show that starts and airs tomorrow. I will find out what the name of it. In fact, it might even be later on in the show. Shawn, like I said, then plugged his show on the Outdoor Channel. Sarcastically, Shawn plugs his Twitter and then is interrupted by CM Punk's music. Punk comes out and with David Otunga and Michael McGillicuddy, and they announce that Mason Ryan is injured from an live event over the weekend. And Nexus enters the ring. Punk takes the mic. He says HBK's personality is so addictive that he couldn't stay away from the spotlights. Punk then brings up how he's leaving WWE on July 17th. But as for his actions tonight, he might be left because of, after all, went off the air. I will explain that later. Shawn says that means no fans will have to see or hear from Punk again, and that's a win-win situation. Punk says it is. That's what he wants and what the fans want. Punk says Shawn lost to Undertaker when he left WWE. Punk says he will win when he leaves WWE and leave the WWE champion. Shawn asks if Punk has ran all this by John Cena yet. Punk has no doubt that he will leave Money in the Bank with Cena's WWE title. Punk says one of the reasons he's leaving is the fans. Punk acknowledges that, and Shawn was better than him, but says there's nobody that can hold a candle to him now. Punk asks if this is a challenge for Shawn, and smiles. Well, Shawn says that they are alike in some ways, but at the end of the day, Punk has his style and Shawn has his. Shawn lays the tongue out with sweet chin music out of nowhere. What you get for not paying attention, and super kick. Punk tells Sean when he did the super kick, he just barely missed Punk. Punk just barely stepped away when it happened. Well, Punk tells Sean he just made the biggest mistake of his life. Out of nowhere, the email alert from the Raw Anonymous GM to a big chorus of boos. Michael Cole steps up to read the Raw GM. The announcement says since Punk only has 3 Raw shows left, they're going to make it count. Punk is in the first match tonight, and it's time to spin the wheel and make the deal. We go back stage to Booker T, and the Raw Roulette wheel is being spun. He goes over some of the choices on the wheel. Booker spins the wheel, and Punk makes the match, and Punk's match will be a mystery match, as it lands on a question mark, which is a mystery match. This means that a mystery opponent, and it is revealed to be Kane, who is standing right beside the wheel. HBK lays out McGillicuddy with sweet chin music, and now tells Punk, good luck. HBK leaves the ring. And your first match, Punk versus Kane. Kane comes out as Sean leaves the ring and Punk locks on. Cut to commercial as Kane makes his entrance. Back from the break, Kane is going at it with Punk. Kane works over Punk on the floor and brings it back in the ring. Kane with a right hand in the corner as a big CM Punk chant breaks out from the crowd. Kane beats Punk down in the corner and hits the low drop kick for a 2 count. Kane with a big clothesline in the corner and hits a side slam. Another 2 count for Kane. Punk makes a comeback and comes off the top. Kane grabs it for a choke slam, but Punk kicks Kane in the head, breaks free. Well, guess what? He broke. Punk goes to work on with kicks and stomps now. Punk hits several knees to the head while Kane is down in the corner. Hits him with a forearm shot to the back. Kane grabs another choke slam from Punk. Punk fights off. Kane drops Punk with a big boot and goes to the top rope. Punk stops him with a right hand. Goes for a superplex. Kane blocks it and headbutts Punk to the mat. Kane tries to fly but leaves the ring and walks off. Referee counts Punk out as he walks straight to the back. Up next is Alberto Del Rio versus Big Show. And they also advertise John Cena versus R-Truth. And the Raw Roulette matches are announced for later tonight. And they go to commercial. Well, no count out match between Sin Cara and Evan Bourne was chosen as the Raw Roulette got the choice. Back from the break, out comes Sin Cara for the Raw Roulette match. Out comes next is Evan Bourne to another nice reaction. Bell rings and they go at it, but we forgot something. Referee stops them. We go to Booker T backstage for the spin. Eve Torres appears and spins the wheel. We got a no count out match. Bell rings again, and here we go. So there's another botch from WWE. Match starts with lots of back and forth action on the mat. Then trading of holds. Sin Cara tosses Bourne with a hip toss off the ropes and some high-flying offense. Cara sends Bourne to the floor and slides outside of the ring. They face off and run back in the ring and simultaneously. They trade kicks. Cara rolls Bourne up. Bourne stomps on his chest. Gets a 2 count. A Power Ranger chant breaks out in the crowd. Bourne ducks a kick, but gets sent across the ring and back to the floor. Cara runs and dives through the ropes, landing on Bourne on the floor. Bourne counters Cara on the floor and takes him down on his head. Bourne brings Cara back in the ring. Cara misses a drop kick and Bourne rolls him up for a 2 count. Kara counters another roll up and gets a 2 count of his own. Bourne drop kicks Kara with a big knee to the head and another near fall. Bourne runs into Boots into the corner. Kara with a springboard into a pin attempt for a 2 count. Bourne kicks Kara down and hits a standing moonsault for a 2 count. Kara ducks a kick from Bourne that connects with the next one. Bourne gets up top for the airborne, but Kara rolls out of the way. Bourne lands on his feet. Kara with an impressive head scissors into a cutter for the pin and the win. So Sakara won that match. And that was the rematch from last week's screw up. Backstage segment with Booker T, Kofi Kingston, and the Raw Roulette Wheel.